Hello, welcome to this class. Through the last 5 videos, we have already discussed the various concepts on matrices for class 12 students. In continuation with that, today we are going to discuss the concepts of determinants. I am sure that you have done a lot of problems from the miscellaneous exercise and all, and that will help you to learn the concept of determinants more easily. So, the thing is, what is a determinant? Just like matrix, is it a rectangular array of numbers or functions? And definition of determinants, properties of determinants, and application of determinants, and some problems also in this class we will do. Now, before going to the definition of determinants, we will try to recall the concept what you already studied in lower classes. That is, a system of linear equations in two variables, a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2 has got a unique solution if a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2. That is, a1 b2 minus a2 b1 is a non-zero number. So, the number a1 b2 minus a2 b1 determines the uniqueness of the solution of the system of equation. Now we are going to connect it with the matrix equation. Now very clearly it is, these two linear equations in two variable x and y is represented as a matrix equation now. It's a new concept after learning matrix. Here the matrix a1, b1, a2, b2 is known as the coefficient matrix, and the column matrix xy it consists of the variable x and y, and the right side constant is a column matrix, constant, that is a column matrix. Now, if you check the learned concept, first row with the first column it is a1x plus b1y, equating with the corresponding element of first one, it is c1. That is the first equation, a1x plus b1y is equal to c1. Similarly, second row with the first column, which is a2x plus b2y is equal to c2, we are getting the second equation. So very clearly, these two linear equation in two variable can be expressed as a matrix equation. Now, in this, a1 b2 minus a2 b1 determines the uniqueness of solution. I already told you, it should be a non-zero number. Now, what is this a1 b2 minus a2 b1? That we are going to connect with the determinants. Now see, for a 1 by 1 matrix, that is a singleton matrix where there is only one row and one column, determinant of A, it is written as det, det A equal to determinant A. This is the notation. It is not a modulus A, it is that as determinant A, and it is the element. So if it is a matrix of order 1, it is that element, single element, determinant A is equal to A. Once it comes to 2 by 2 matrix, a square matrix of order 2, B, then in that case, the determinant B is equal to A11, A22. Diagonally we multiply starting from left to top. A11, A22 minus A21, A12. This is for a square matrix definition. Determinant B is defined like this. Next, third, x is equal to 2, example it is written 2, 1, 3, 4 matrix. Here what is determinant x? 2 into 4, 8 minus 3 into 1, 8 minus 3 is equal to 5. Now the question comes, how will we define determinant for a 3 by 3 matrix? That is a square matrix of order 3. Let us see how it is defined. Now here a 3 by 3 matrix is given, a general one it is written. So determinant A is equal to, before explaining this one, I will tell you, this determinant can be evaluated expanding using any row or column. Here, in the first case, I have used the A11, A12, A13, which is the first row. So, determinant expansion is done using the first row. Now, how we proceed, you see, A11 into A22, A23, A32, A33 determinant. What is the speciality of this determinant? Now, A11 lies in the first row and first column. Now, you delete that row and column, you will be getting a determinant of order 2 by 2, that is 2, determinant A22, A23, A32, A33. then minus A12. Why this negative sign here? Minus A12 is second element. That is because here the sign is assigned like this. Negative 1 whole power I plus j. Here negative 1 whole power 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. An even number. Negative 1 power an even number is positive 1. Here negative 1 whole power 1 plus 2, negative 1 power 3, which is negative 1. So that negative sign is assigned here. So it is minus A12. Now here how did you get this determinant? You see, A12 belongs to second column and second row. Sorry, first row. So that delete first row and second column. The remaining determinant, it is determinant A21, A23 and A31, A33 plus A13 into delete that row, column and row, the resulting determinant, it is determinant A21, A22, A31, A32. This is the expansion of determinant. This is the way of calculating the determinant value. Now here another example is taken. A11, A21, A31, A11, A21, A31. This expansion is done using the first column. So again the same concept, same principle is followed. A11 into deleting that row and column, A22, A23, A32, A33 minus A21. Why it is? Now already you understood. 2 plus 1, 3, negative 1 whole power 3, negative 1, that negative A21 minus A21, deleting that row and column, the resulting determinant, plus A31, because we expanded using the first column, A31 into delete that row and column, A12, A13, A22, A23. So the second expansion also the same. I did not write it expanding totally. Now, third expansion, A13, A23, A33 is used. That is the last column. Using the last column, expanding this determinant, you see A13 into. Already y started from A13, the positive side, because 3 plus 1, 4, negative 1 whole power 4, which is a positive number, right? It is plus 1. So it is A13 into deleting that column and row A21, A22, A31, A32, and similarly it is proceeded minus A23 into the resulting determinant plus A33 into. So this is the way of calculating the determinant. Now see this example. 3 by 3 matrix is given. We have to calculate determinant A. I already told you for a 3 by 3 matrix, 6 different ways we can calculate the determinant. All the 6 different ways, that answer will be same only because the matrix is same. So determinant A is a constant. So here the first line, it is expansion is done using the first row, 210. Using the first row, expansion is done and we got the determinant value as 5. Then second example it is taken using 101, that is the last row. Third row is used for expanding. Once again we got 5 only. And third example, third determinant A, it is taken second column. Expanding using the second column, we have got the same 5. And 0, 4, 1 using the last column, we got determinant is equal to 5. So I am telling you here different 4 examples it is taken using different rows and columns. This is 6 different ways you can evaluate the determinant, expand the determinant. Anyone you can prefer. Okay. Now next it is exercise 4.1. Let us have a glance through the problems because the concept is very simple for 2 by 2 and 3 by 3 determinant. So just hang on. Here the first one, evaluate the determinant. 2 into negative 1 minus 2 plus 20, which is equal to 18. Here second one, cos theta into cos theta, cos square theta. Here already 1 minus is there. So cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is equal to 1. Third one, if A is equal to, then show that this is an interesting property actually. Matrix is multiplied with 2. We know if a matrix is multiplied with a constant, every element should be multiplied with the constant. So 1 into 2, 2 into 2, 4 into 2 and 2 into 2, that is 2A. And we can find out the value. Here determinant A is 2 minus 8, which is equal to minus 6, negative 6. Then that negative 6 into 4, it is negative 24, and if you take 2a matrix first, then you evaluate, it will be the same. But see the relation, what is the relation between this 2 and 4, and whether there is any other relation depending upon the order of the matrix, that in the next, there is some property, it is the some theorem, it is that we will discuss thoroughly later. Here also another example. Now we prefer to expand using some rows or column which contains maximum number of zeros. Here the first column contains 2 zeros and last row contains 2 zeros. So better to expand using this because our work will be very easy, convenient it will be. So 1 into 4 minus 0. Here we have to find 3a, 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 6, 0, 0, 12. Again if you expand, the determinant of 3a will be, this you have to verify because we have studied any theorem and all now. Verify it directly. You can see very interesting that determinant 3a is equal to 27 times determinant a. There will be some relation between this 3 and 27 and according to the order of the matrix. Now evaluate the determinants again 3 by 3 matrix. What we have through the definition, whatever we learned through definition, the same thing can be used. So it is a repetition of all these things. Then here it is different one. Seventh one is a different one. You see, find the value of x. Determinant equation is given. So this is just like a linear equation. You see, here 2 into 1, 2 minus 20 minus 18. Here 2x into x, 2x square minus 24. So a simple equation 2x square minus 24 is equal to 2 minus 20 minus 18. You can solve for x. Same thing here also. An equation you will get once you expand it, you find out the value of x. Nothing new in that. Here you see x square minus 36 is equal to 36 minus 36, which is equal to 0. That is x square minus 36 is equal to 0. So x square is equal to 36. So x is equal to plus or minus 6. That's the option B. Simple it is. Now we will go to very important concept among determinants, that is properties of determinants. All these property we are going to learn. Now this property we will apply for solving some, not only for solving some problems, this will be utilized for getting some applications for using this. Now see, first property it is, if we interchange the rows and columns, rows to columns and columns to row, value of the determinant is unaltered. That is, there is no change in the value. But already you have studied in matrix, if you interchange the rows and columns, the matrix it is a transpose. How will you get the transpose of a matrix? Interchanging the rows and columns. So finally what we conclude, determinant of A is equal to determinant A transpose. Determinant A is equal to determinant A transpose. That is the first property, the simple one. Now see the second example. We have taken matrix A is written, determinant A 1 0 1, expanding using the last row, we got the answer as 5. Now transpose of this matrix, 2 1 0 row become column, second row becomes second column, third row become third column. Again calculating the determinant A transpose, we are getting 5 only. Right? So determinant A is equal to determinant A transpose. Next property, if any two rows or columns are interchanged, the sign of the determinant value changes. That's also important. What happens? Suppose R1 changes to R2 and R2 changes to R1, then the value of the determinant changes in its sign alone. Numerically they are equal, but the value changes. If the determinant value is plus 2, for after doing this operation it will be negative 2. If it is negative 10, after doing this operation it will be positive 10. That is the only change. Here 1 1 2 become 1 1 2 second row. First row become second row and the second row become first row. That is the only change. R1 change to R2, R2 change to R1. So in the before doing this operation, determined value is negative 5. After doing this operation, determined value is plus 5. That is the difference. The value alone, numerically the values it is same. Now the third one, you see, if any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, then the value of the determinant is 0. any two row, suppose R1 identical with R2, then the value is even. Similarly, Ci identical with Cj, determined value is 0. Here one example, 214, 214, R2 identical with R3. If you evaluate this determinant, it is directly 0. That is a very important property. Then fourth property, if each element of a row or column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant, then the value gets multiplied by k. Now through example, this property will be clear. In the first matrix, x is equal to matrix 2, 1, 3, 4. And we can calculate 2 into 4 minus 3 into 1, 8 minus 3, which is 5. That is, determinant x is equal to 5. Now y is obtained by multiplying the elements of the first row with 3. That is 2 into 3, 6, 3, 1 into 3, 3. Second row, a second row. So first row, each element of the first row is multiplied with 3. What is the difference in the matrix? That you have to see. For that, 6 into 4, 24, minus 3 into 3, 9. The answer is 15. So the first row is multiplied with 3. But you see the direct expansion, we got 5 and 15. 5 into 3, it is 15. So determinant is multiplied with 3. Got multiplied with the same constant 3. Now let us see one more example. Same property is written here. Here what is the difference? There I have multiplied with the first row only. Here what I have done? First column is multiplied with 10. Second column is multiplied with 4. Determinant A is equal to 10 minus 9, which is 1. Here first column multiplied with 10, second column multiplied with 4. What is the changes in the determinant value? Here direct expansion, determinant 20, 12, 30, 20. We will get a 20 into 20, 400 minus 360, 30 into 12. So 400 minus 360 is 40. Now see this relation, 1 become 40. How this 1 become 40? First we multiplied with 10. And again second column with 4. So 10 into 4 is 40. So ultimately the resulting, it is 1 into 40, 40. This is because both the columns it is multiplied. Now let us go to the next property. If some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as a sum of 2 or more elements, then the totally we can express the sum of different determinants, either 2 determinants or some or more determinants. Through one example, here the first row, it is the sum of 2 elements. You see 2 plus 1. First row is expressed as the sum of 2 elements. So according to the property, it says we can represent this determinant as sum of 2 different determinants. Value will be same. Let us see. What is 2 plus 1? 3. 3 into 7, 21. Then minus 4 into 5, 20. 21 minus 20, 1. The value is 1. Now we are going to express as the sum of 2 determinants. How it is, you see. Second row 4, 7 in both the determinants. 4, 7, 4, 7. Here, these 2 elements, first element, any one element is taken along with the first determinant, and here also 2 and 3 are taken here, 1 and 2 taken in this. It is not necessary that you have to take the first element with the first determinant and the second element with the second. Nothing like that. You can use 1 here and 2 in the second one. Here 3 first one, 2 second one. There is no such order. Any one element for the first and second element for the second. Now you see, here the value, we will express it as one more thing, determinant can be represented by delta, the letter delta, capital delta. Here delta 1 plus delta 2, that is 2 into 14 minus 12, 2 plus 7 minus 8, negative 1. 2 plus negative 1, which is 1, and previously by direct expansion we got it as 1. Value of the determinant is same. So any number of ways we can express as a sum of different determinants. Right? Next, that's a very important property. and it will be used in almost all the problems. All the property we will use, but this is a little bit complicated also. Let us see how it is. Here, if Ri changes to Ri plus Krj, that means if to any row or column a scalar multiple of another row or column is added, then the value of the determinant remains the same. Very important. To any row or column, if a scalar multiple of a row or column is added, value of the determinant remains the same. It is unaltered. To simplify the determinant expansion, we are going to use this property. Same thing with the column. Ci changes to Ci plus K Cj. Question is whether K can be negative. Yes, K can be. Suppose K is equal to 0, then there is no change already because Ri changes to Ri only. There is no change. Determinant value will be same. K can be positive or negative. A real number it is. K can be a real number. Now, see how we are going to use. Example, determinant A is equal to delta is equal to, here the value it is calculated as 17. What operation we are performing, you see, R1 changes to R1 minus 2R3. So, we are changing only R1. R2 and R3 as it is 143201. R1 has undergone the changes, R1 minus 2R3. 3 minus 2 into 2, 4. 3 minus 4 is negative 1. 1 minus 2 into 0, that is 1. 0 minus 2 into 1, which is negative 2. Now, this determinant, if you expand, the value will be 17. So, there is no change in the value. To simplify the evaluation, that is, to simplify the procedure, we will use this property. Now, let us have a glance through exercise 4.2, some simple examples. Some problems you see. This I am going to discuss all these problems in detail, and difficult problem definitely we will solve in the next class or in the